In 1978, I was kidnapped as a small boy in India, sold to an orphanage, then adopted to a couple in the United States. By the time my new parents realized what had happened, it was too late. With no way to find my family, I grew up in the U.S., always wondering about those who I'd left behind in India. As my new American mother was helping me to fit in, to cope with the tragic trauma in my life, I didn't realize that thousands of miles away, my Indian mother was also busy. She hadn't given up. Mothers seldom do. My Indian family, while poor, did everything in their power to find me. My mother pasted pictures around the city near where I was taken, hoping that someone would remember my face and come forward. She called in relatives from distant villages, countless loved ones who spent weeks scouring the city, looking for any trace of what may have happened. When those efforts didn't pan out, she grasped at her final option, the only thing left she could think to do. She shaved her head to show her devotion to her gods, visited her local Hindu temple, and she prayed, and prayed, and prayed, and prayed. And for the next 2 decades, having done all she could do, she continued to pray that one day her long-lost son would return. Here's a secret. Heaven hears the whispered pleadings of a loving mother. In America, as a young man, questions began to surface more forcefully in my head. Who was I? How did I end up here? Was my family still waiting? I wasn't the only one being prodded forward. In India, even after so many years, my mother was still visiting Hindu temples, still praying I'd safely return. Amazingly, she even visited with a Hindu astrologer the year before I returned, a man who confidently told her, "Your son will soon come back to India, and when he does, he will fly." Through some almost unbelievable circumstances, I did fly back to India shortly thereafter to find my Indian family, and today, I'm helping to raise them out of poverty, sending nieces and nephews to school, digging wells for villages who would otherwise lack for water. In the face of difficult circumstances, it takes bravery to still hope. For me, I can't forget the courage of my persistent mother, 2 mothers actually, who met for the first time in July of last year. Thanks, Mom, both of you.